So video 28, welcome back. I got quite a bit more done, all repetitive stuff, so I didn't want to bore you with that, but we've got lots of rigging lines now, all going down behind the sails here, all down to the pin rail. Down there, I should have waxed them first because I took some photographs and sent them into a forum, and they've got all like, they look very hairy. It doesn't come out on here, but on the photographs it does for some reason. So anyway, what we've done is we've got the main hoist which comes down to here, into this pulley, and then down through here and round. I'm going to do that on the foremast at the other side and show you how to do that one. I think we're nearly at that stage. The others from the top, which are supposed to go into the crow's nest, as we said before, but they're not. So they've gone right down, straight down to the pin rail. The rigging itself, there's all sorts of different drawings for the rigging. In the main instruction book, there's this that shows you how to put the spars on and pointing down with a number on the end of them. And those numbers correspond to the other plan, which is here, and that's supposed to tell you where they go to, whether it be on there or on there. I'm going by that a little bit, but also not, just to make it easier for me and what I think looks better, but it's entirely up to you. So I've got 3 sails on, still got to be rigged. There's only the main one that's actually fully rigged here and here. I've got to put that in. We hadn't got that in before, that high bolt in there, and I hadn't drilled through there, so I've done that. And that is just a bit of glue on the end of it, and just push it in. Let it sit for a couple of seconds. Just a bit of super glue on the end, and then just to the bottom of the sails. And so we need to now, I've got all the others to rig, like I say, all these have got to be rigged and taken back, and the top ones. But I want to just show you how to do that side. It's not the top sail, it's the main foresail, that one, which I've actually got fastened in, looped through the hole in the top of the mast there, just under the crow's nest, which is what we did on the main mast. And then I've got it going down with just a block, when it'll focus, double block whipped on the end there. All stuff you've seen before, so I'm not going to bore you with all that. So the next bit is to fasten it down, and we know where that goes, so I'm going to put all this lot away. Holding the camera today, so it'll be a bit shaky until I get settled and show you where we're at. Okay. There we go. And try and do it without just showing the back of my hand again. Right, so I think I'm organised. I put the camera on the back, so hopefully you can see everything what's going on and not just the back of my hand again. So I'll get the length of the thread. And tie one end to the top of the block. And the other end we'll dip in the super glue. Right, and then tweezers. and put it through. Remember right back at the beginning on one of the videos we made these, we put the little pulleys inside, so we need to make sure it stays on the pulley. There we go, like that. Try not to get it to twist. Need more tweezers now. So that's through that side. Always wants to catch on something. I'm thinking that this will actually probably be, now then, that you can see there, the sail wants to be just below the cheeks, just there, to be just below the cheeks. You can still see what I'm doing. Yeah, so don't pull it too tight. There we are, about there. Yeah, I think this will probably be the last one of the Mayflower until I get it completed, because everything what I'm doing you've seen before. And if you watch the last video, you'll know that Bluenose is on the way, so I'm expecting that to be here this week. So I might get the unboxing done this week, but I've got quite a busy time coming up with work, so I may not get round to it, but I'll try anyway. So that's gone through the bottom pulley again. There's two there, keep it to the right side and don't get the block twisting. Put that through. Missed, got the wrong glasses on. So there we go, it's got them through there. The right way this time. And then the eye that we put on when we made it. There we go. And then we can just tie that off. I'll just go around again with it, give it that bit of friction. You're not going to keep the tension on it all the time because there's nothing holding the top up there, just the weight of the sail. So you've just got to keep the tension on it. And there we go. And another one. The other way. There we go. That's as tight as I'm going to get it. So we are, we'll cut those ends off. And at some point I will come back and show you to make some rope coils that'll look like they've been coiled up and put on, just give it a bit more authenticity. That one there can be cut off. I know I was leaving those for now. Right, so that's that. So that's that sail on, and it's just got to be rigged. So we need to see where we go with that. Go over the page, it does give you something on the sails. Where to rig these. So we're looking at the lower foremast, lower foresail, which is telling me there to go back up from this bottom corner up to here, and then down to, doesn't say whether it's inside ones or the outside ones though, but anyway, then it goes down to 32, which on here is there, so it's just fastened off on the rail. Yeah, okay, we'll do that. Yeah. But it won't be back there though, it'll be further forward. Because if I come down there to the back, it's gonna want to go through the rat lines. I don't want to do that. So I'll bring it down to here. I'll just see if I can find some information as to whether it's the outer one here or the inner one. I can't see which. I'll find that and I'll come back. Okay, so I've come back. Yeah, if we look at that, it's the bottom corners up to there. And if we look at the big plan here, you can see that from the bottom corner, it's to the inner ones. And then down. Now there is 2 coming off here. In fact, there's 3. But over the page here, it just shows you those 2 there. And then there's nothing else down this page. But over the page, it shows you 2 more there coming off the bottom. They're going forward onto the bow. And then it shows you 2 more coming to the rail, which is halfway along. That's that rail in there. So we've got 3 to put on. Okay, I'll attach those and then we'll come back and make them off. Right, I fixed them on one side, but just before I fix this side, see how this cotton is all still trying to form the way it was around this. So, like we did before, you need to get your beeswax and just pull it through the beeswax. Gets rid of all the fuzz around the edges, for one thing, that collect dust, but it also straightens it and makes it a little bit stiffer to work with. I hope the camera picks that up alright. Shaking on this one. See? Like a spring. Just draw it through the beeswax. Just a couple of times. There. Nice and straight. I think you can just see that. Might as well do the third one while I'm here, aren't I? That's it. Easy as that. Right, I'll just tie one. Right, so we've got 3 tied off on each side and waxed. Must admit some of these I didn't wax. So I'm going to work from this side. You should be able to see more or less what I'm doing. For the long one, I need the end gluing. So we can thread it. So I'm just doing that. I just cut the end off. So that goes through the inner pulley, the inner block, should I say, which is that one there. There we go. You can't pull any of this too tight, otherwise you're going to pull everything out of shape and don't cut any of these off. So that one we said goes down to the rail. So we'll just, what I'm going to do is put that through there for now. Come here. See what it looks like. Not impressed. It's clear of the sail anyway and we get it pulled forward. And I've got two shorter ones which I measured. So one of them goes to this rail here. I'm going to glue that as well actually. I had a feeling that would happen. Got it too close. Right, bring the camera back around because I've got to turn it around. So I've got to get it through there. And I haven't left enough space. So I'm just going to have to force that through a little bit. Bear with me a second. Right, I got that through. But don't pull anything tight. Not just yet. And then that one, around the back again. That one goes through there. So now you can see that we can have one here working against the other and holding the sail just where you want it. And that one can even, when you get both sides, you're going to work them together. And that one will just pull the bend in it as you want it. And then these two hold it positioned that way. So thread the other two up, the other side up, and then you'll be able to see how it holds it in position. Right, so I've got both sides threaded. One there, one at the back, and one that goes up and down. And you can see that by pulling them, you get everything into shape. So the way that sail looks at the moment, I'm actually quite happy with that. It's not too bad at all. Looks like it's got some action. None of the lines are slack. Everything's keeping its tension really. Just the back one a little bit slack. I can tighten that one up just to take the tension out of it. If I pull it too much, it's just going to lift the sail up and it's going to look not quite right. So we just need to tension each one up, tie it off just one knot, leave the ends. Don't cut anything off at the moment until you're happy with everything. So I'm going to do that, then I'm going to put the next sail on. And what have I got left? 3. Oh yeah, the one on the bowsprit as well. That's to go on. But they all need to put the pulleys and everything on them first. So they're just stitched on. I think I showed you on the mainsail on this one. I tied them all on first. All the pulleys at the back and everything. When you can see them. But I found it easier actually to put the sail on first. It's so much easier. Makes a neater job. So I'll do that. Hoist another couple of sails and then come back and we'll tidy it all up. As I say, I think this will be the last one, no matter how far I get with it, because it's all pretty repetitive stuff now, and it's coming to a completion, and I'm getting the Bluenose this week, hopefully. It said 8 days delivery. It was ordered last week, so it should be here. So there might be 2 videos this week. We'll see how we go. But I'll be back and do a bit more in a minute. So it's another day, and carrying on where we left off, more or less. This time I am going to be putting on the top foresail, which is this one here. And I've got it rigged so far, but I'm just going to show you how to, the best way to tie these blocks. So I'll just take a length of thread. Just the last one. I've got one already on. And then if you just tie your first knot. I know I'm going to get some external noise because the neighbour's going to cut the grass again. Well, say again. They've just come back off holiday, so it's a bit long. There he goes. I don't know if you can hear it. Anyway, right, tie the loop in that. And then take your, I don't know if you can see this, it's so small. Take the block, and you want the knot at the same end as the hole. So if you just put your loop over it like that. Make sure it's over it. Like that. And then just pinch it tight between your fingers. And pull each end like that. Till you can feel it in your fingers going tight. And that should be on. There we go, easy as that. Not quite on. Missed a corner. And it's on the wrong side. So I'll do that again. Twisted in my fingers. Like that. Squeeze tight. Pull the ends. So you feel it tighten up. This time, it's a winner. Just slightly out of the groove, but at least it's around the block. There we go. And just tighten it up. Put another knot in it. There we go. And then danger keeping, don't forget, pull it tight. And pull that one down again. Then you can either whip it up there or just cut the tail end off, which I'm going to do. There we go. And then that'll get threaded onto the spar and tied on. So I'll do that and then we'll come back. Just while we're rigging this, the easiest way of tying these, once you've got it threaded through where you want it, and don't forget this wants to be pointing downwards, but to tie your knots, I don't know how to do this, holding it as well, but don't try passing it round and through, just twist it in your fingers like that, and then just loop that through, and pull, and then do it again. Twist until it loops itself like that. Pull it through. That's it. Job done. Okay, well I'll cut that off and then we'll put it in. So we've got the main halyard tied off right in the centre. We've got the trucks, parrels threaded on there. There's 4 on this one. That's ready to tie around the mast and the main halyard. So I've glued the end of the main halyard just to stiffen it up a bit. That is going to go through the hole in the top of the mast. Up there. Easier said than done while holding the camera in your hand. Tweezers. There we go, it's through. Right. Put it down again. And now we just haul it up into place and decide where we're going to run the halyard. I think the best way for this, because it's a little bit thicker, I'm going to run it down to the rail. Or am I? No, I'm not. Yeah, the pin rail, not the side rail. I'm running it down to the pin rail. So we'll go down that side. And I'll put it in the middle somewhere. I'm going to turn the model around to do it. Maybe not. I certainly have to move something. Put the camera around the back. There we go. Right, so that comes down through there. I'll need to tie the parrel up at the top first. Right, so I've tied that off at the top. The parrel. No point in trying to show you that because there's no way I could hold the camera up there and tie that, but it's just tied around, as you can see. And then hoisted up to, as before, just below the cheeks. And then we'll fasten off at the bottom end. So, tweezers again. And you need to hook it around the bottom of whichever pin you're going to use. So I'm going to take, which one? I was catching against there, so we'll take that one. Hook it underneath, around the top. Just keep the tension on with your fingers on the end of it. Nice. Drop down over the collar. Around the bottom again. There's not much of that pin showing actually through the bottom, but I think we can just get it. And then I need to put the twist in it. like that. Again, try and get it down over the collar. Easier said than done. I should have the rigging tools out, but I haven't. There we go. And then just pull that down. It locks against itself. There we go. Job done. So that one cut off, glued, and then we'll put some false loops on to make it look right. And then rig the top of the sail. Got the rest of the lines on up here. So we'll get some more of those on, and then we'll come back. We've got the mizzen to put on. Probably do that one next, and the bowsprit sail. So I'll get those on as well. Okay. So we are done, sort of anyway. Got all the sails on, but they're not all rigged yet, as you can see. These have all got to be rigged up. Still got blocks hanging here and there. All the lower ones are pretty much done. That is a complicated system. That one, trying to get the actual spar high enough up, because this block is shown on top, but it wants to hang down level, and there's no actual way of holding this up. So I've got everything as tight as I can. It doesn't look too bad, and I've tied them all off where they're supposed to be. I've tied these off both sides. See there, that's tied off, and the main's fully rigged. That's done. That's all done. That's all the blocks here all fastened off both sides. Instead of that, drilling those and super gluing the cotton in there first, or the thread. And the mizzen, another complicated thing. But that's, even though that looks complicated, it's easy enough. It's just the middle one that you tie, thread through the block, back down and tie in the middle, and then you just tie a piece on and fasten both ends off of each one. It does show on the plan, coming off the sail as well. If you look here, it shows this on both sides, and then going up to a block and down. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. If you look on the actual picture on the box, it's not on there, and that one at the top is only a single one, look. So no, I'm not doing that. It's just going to make everything look like a bunch of knitting. It's going to be too much. That's another simple one. Just tie the block on, fasten the block on there, just comes down, fastens on. Most things are just fastened to the rails, all these. This one that's holding it up, another block to tie on the I'm pointing, not showing the camera. Comes up, another block just tied on the cross trees up here. So you then just tie that block on there, thread this through it, and then you take that up through that block, and then there's another block on the cross trees here, goes through there, and then it goes down and ties on the rail in there. So they're all pretty straightforward. And the front of the sail again just ties on the rail here. So I think that will be the last one pretty much of the build of the Mayflower. I hope you stick with us for the build of the Bluenose. I'm hoping it's going to be delivered this week. which is why this video has gone out early, a day early, because it could be here tomorrow. So I'm going to get a chance to do an unboxing. Not very happy with that. Might do something with that. But what I'll do is I'll start on the Bluenose. I'll do a little bit on each of the rigging on here each day, and then I'll include it in the Bluenose video, or one of the Bluenose videos when it is actually fully complete. So thanks for all those that have stayed with us throughout the full build of this. I think it started January time, so it's been quite a process. Didn't take as long as a victory, but it's half the size of the victory. And I've been working on it every week. So there's lots of, even the main isn't finished, there's still lots of blocks here with the rigging to do. So yeah, there's pretty much, still a bit to do, but it's all going to be boring stuff if you just watch me threading blocks and tying them off everywhere. So I'll just come back and show you the full build when it's finished completely. I'd say I hope you've enjoyed it, and thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the unboxing of the Bluenose very soon, I hope.